Welcome, everyone, to your finals of the Filthy Assassin Darts Throwdown Invitational here. William Stuart, alongside me is Mr. Nick Dichiria as we get underway. Nick, we got two teams here, four-person teams is what we have. It'll be 701, 701. Team cricket.
701, 701, and 701.
Yep, and then the team cricket, and then three 701s if we need to go the distance.
And for speed, potentially. Now, this should be a great matchup. This is Team 1 versus Team 2 as Carrie and Johnson finds a beautiful 1-6-2-3 in the bed on the 18s to get things going in our final here. Team 1 consists of Alex, Mike, Carrie, and Jojo. Team 2, Garrett, Carl, Wanda, and Jamie Joe here. This will be a phenomenal one, and I'm looking forward to every bit of this one, Will.
Yeah, and to say, we'll go ahead and say it. Team 2 has been on a tear so far. I think they've only lost one leg, if that.
Yeah.
And then Alex's team, they had a surprise in that first round matchup. They went 3-0 off the rip and then let the other team kind of crawl back into it. And then they were able to win that last leg decider. So kind of a little tail of the tape for you as we get underway in our first leg.
Well, especially with this being a single elimination. I mean, they were one leg of 0-1 away from potentially not even being in the situation. $5,000, winner takes all. That's a lot of bones.
That's a lot of bones. So a lot of money to be played for here. And if you unfortunately trip and fall and come in second, well, guess what you get to take home?
Nada.
Your darts and a high five from the other team that said, hey, good job. That's about it.
And if you want an autograph from Will Stewart.
Oh, my gosh. Nobody wants
Free of
that.
charge.
Nick doesn't know how to spell his name, so don't expect an autograph from him.
Well, so far out of all the players, 2 left to throw in this match for their first appearance in the final. Gary and Johnson, 1-6-2, biggest shot so far.
Not surprising.
She's great.
She is a great shot, and you know, just looking at her teammate Jojo, she's put on a few good rounds at the board so far in this contest.
Yeah, Jojo was pretty upset in the semi because in the cricket game she felt like she wasn't hitting anything, and I was like, "Then you hit the double bull to win?" She's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "So is there a gold star by your name?" And she said, "Well, yeah." And I was like, "Then why are you upset? It doesn't matter what the number is."
Exactly.
But this girl has been also very impressive. Wanda here. Let me tell you, winning the hearts of us across the room, and hopefully with you guys back at home.
she's a true gem.
Will was like walking, and she was walking by, and like almost walked into her a little bit, and I not even really a little bit. He wasn't even close. And then I pushed him out of the way. I said, "Watch it, Wanda's walking here." And then she just put her arms around us. She's like, "It's okay, boys."
Mm-hmm. She put her arms out for 2 big hugs, is what she did.
Love it. Love it. There's a lot of competitiveness because people want to get this job done. But in the same vein as Carrie does get another Trip 18, the other factor of this all is the fact that these guys all are friends as well. Most of these people know each other personally, especially outside of Alex Spellman. I believe everyone here lives in or near the area or at least frequently travels to the area.
Just out of curiosity, I said, Alex, when you leaving? He said, 5 a.m. in the morning.
Yep. I asked him if he wanted to carpool because I'm going to at the same time to the same airport. And he's like, I honestly didn't even expect to sleep tonight because of the fact that my flight's so early. So I don't even have a hotel room. I'm just going to go out and about and have shenanigans. And I was like, you have fun with your shenanigans, sir.
You have fun. I will not be joining you.
He did not say the word shenanigans, by the way. But that was close enough. I said shenanigans. Alex is too serious for the word shenanigans.
Evil shenanigans.
Garrett Rakowski, I would say if Alex Spellman is the pro MVP, this would be the runner-up for this weekend.
I would say so. Putting in the work. Good last as Katie yells.
Katie Barrett's yelling.
Way to go, Garrett!
She's cheering not for everybody, but everybody.
No, she's cheering to get on the commentary is what she's doing. She's wanting us to know that she's present. Her voice is heard.
She literally is now hitting go Alex. She's cheering for both teams. I love that. At the end of the day, anybody that's sitting here spectating, unless you are one of the players in the match, they're basically just all cheering for good darts. because both teams are likable. Both teams have great storylines leading into this. Here's Mike stepping up to the line, and Mike has been one of the variables on team number 1. He's kind of had the biggest swings up and down. He's going to try to find some nice middle ground as that first dart goes all the way to the 14. You can see it just slipped out of his hand. He's been having a little bit of struggles here, man. I'll tell you. I'll tell you good.
And I'll tell you what. All right, that player 4 score line currently is the one we're going to keep an eye on, but she's consistent with the cheering, isn't she?
I love it. I'd be exhausted if I was her. You guys probably can't even hear it, but she is literally yelling after every single dart. We're not particularly close. Her voice just is powerful. Gary really needs to leave a finish here because the danger zone of freezing is very likely right now. Needs to leave a finish from here. Good find on the last. That's a must-hit dart to leave the 137.
Yeah, it's a big round for her. And they've got something cooking here with her and Alex.
Can you smell what the rock is cooking? I cannot. Carl there just collecting on 45. He's overall been a pretty steady player throughout this entire weekend, having good results here and there, including him and Alex whooping me in the blind draw.
Whooping?
This is a big moment for Jojo. This is a huge moment.
We said.
What a shot.
She's been able to just – she has her spurts here where she's just maybe a couple unfortunate darts, and then all of a sudden, bam, big round. Bam, big round.
Well, and mathematically, the 137 can't get frozen now because of that shot. Before that shot, that was possible. Now it is not. And Alex Spellman will get to look at the 137. A man that is more than capable of hitting it, as Garrett does a good job of leaving a finish there.
Very, very dangerous person in Alex Spellman getting this look here. How does he go? Just traditional trip 20.
Yeah.
Now he's going 19. That's what I was thinking. 19 to leave 80 was his hopes.
He's just going to leave 8.
Yep.
There we go. Unfortunately, since he didn't get the look, they have to hope that this doesn't get too squirrely, right? Jamie Jo, if she hits a big turn on this 3-3-4, puts a lot of pressure on player 8 to perform. That's a good dart. And here Garrett with a atta girl.
Atta girl.
No, he did it more of like a lighter Dak Prescott.
Nobody wants you to bring Dak into this.
Here we go. Just 40 points there.
And that's...
Might be freeze time.
It could hurt.
The score needs to get below 92.
What do you got for us, Wanda?
She needs a trip and a good single.
Ooh.
If you go left side of the board, you freeze. And you don't freeze if you do that. You need to get below 92. That's when you have to consider shots like that.
You do, and darn. It's one of those things. It's just...
Darn is about right.
Darn. Darn.
Because that's 360 combined, by the way. So 2 points away from freezing.
Wow.
So this can go, but Carrie has to hit it still.
You sure about
I am.
this from Carrie right away into it? Hey, look. You see what Spellman does?
A little cha-cha-cha.
Yeah, he doesn't want to waste his time going around and getting everybody, so he just puts his hands in the air and goes, yep.
Well, yeah, too many players for fist bumps. That's for the birds. But I mean, and to not to any discredit to Wanda, but it's one of those things where the team definitely should have said, "Hey, this is the number."
Yep.
Because again, if she went left side of the board there, anything like if she got a 5 or more and said she got 3 points, if she went left of the 20, she also would have been fine. So it's one of those like shoulda, coulda, woulda moments, and a break a throw early in this final. But not gonna be a 1-6-2 open this time. Just the 39. Wanda's going to be getting some redemption in this one. Look at her. She's fired up.
She's ready.
She said, all gas, no brakes, foot to the floor. That's exactly how she would have said it, too.
Oh, 100%.
That was actually my Wanda impersonation. Just 36, but no harm, no foul to either player starting off here. Just a reminder, in the player 1 and 2 slots of the teams, they have to have a female start. The rest of the team slot is up to their own decision. So basically, you have to decide who you want to pair up on each score line, right? Mm-hmm. You got 2 different ones for your team. You got to decide who makes the better complementing pairing. Usually one power scorer, one capable finisher.
Yeah. And we're seeing the Alex Spellman, Carrie, and Johnson team.
Power scorer, power finisher.
Yeah.
She can finish.
That was what we really noticed throughout the duration of this event. Now, nothing on the other team per se, but
well, I mean, part of your logic here, right? Just going off like averages is you want to have 2 players in the bottom score, your 2 highest shooters in the bottom position, if you ask me, because you can use that as a combination. So, for instance, Carl and Garrett, I would put them on the same score line here and actually do like a double lady start.
Really?
I think that's what I would do, and just try to have a 1 score line race instead of having 2 split score lines like that.
Interesting take.
These girls can score enough where they won't freeze them, maybe even outscore the guys at times. So that's what I would do personally. But then again, I'm sitting in the box, so what do I know?
Yeah, there's different. Just going to show you. You can do with the allowed setup. You can do different options, and maybe if you're not happy with one set, you can change it. And go in a different one. Now I don't know if they can change during play.
No.
But you can change after the match.
Yes.
So going into this one.
Yeah, they could have changed their formula going in.
Yes.
And again, that's a huge risk if you have, your 2 strongest shooters on the same score line, and then you have 2 of your lesser average shooters on the other. The risk is always, can you outrace the freeze if that freeze comes into play? But with 701 being such a long format, anything can happen. I really think you can outrace it. But that's just a theory. A dart theory. Any of my Matt Pet fans in chat, let us know. Definitely slowed down a little bit on the scoring there for Carrie, but you can see still pretty well ahead in the score overall, just with her and Spellman combined.
Yeah. You could say that.
And admittedly, I mean, the problem with the whole 2 top shooters on 1 score is the sense that, like, right now, I mean, everybody on their team has been doing their part to some degree, one way or another. And so maybe having a more evenly split dichotomy has been beneficial here for both teams, as they're both taking similar strategies as far as setup and team formation here.
Couple toughies. Try to fit it in with the last. Oof. Wanted a little bit more just to kind of keep it as tight as possible on those 2 score lines.
Oh, good shot there.
Yeah, that's a clutch. 140 from Carl.
Yeah, Carl playing well right now. But Alex Spellman, can he get off to the races here? That first one pulled. Good correction. Another one of those, please. I like it. Again, keeping that A score line really in line here with where you would want it to be, and putting Garrett Rakowski under some pressure here. I mean, you kind of think he's due for a big one here. He's only shooting a 27. I would put him well into the high 30 ranges here, even in split. Oh, my gosh. That was basically a Robin Hood on the dart there, as it completely knocked out the dart and fell off the board and counted for nothing. Highway robbery up here in Sturevant, Wisconsin.
That's what we call an 80 floor in my neck of the woods.
Yeah, that's what that would be.
80 floor.
No, I believe they would call it that deal.
That deal there. got for us, Jamie Joe? Where did you come from? Where did you go?
You can't steal that.
I did.
You can't steal that in the finals.
1,000% I did.
Jamie Two Sock. That's what I call her. Because she got 2 good socks on. Can't just steal all my gold. I don't take any of your gold.
For all these people know, I was the first one to say it, and I was.
Actually,
so.
I accidentally copy off you all the time. Dude, the amount of streams I still start off, even when you're not there, is, alrighty, folks. Like, no, I do it too.
Alrighty, folks.
I never said folks before dart streaming. Wanda could hit this recovery turn. We've seen her hit some big shots across this tournament run so far.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. It would be clutch for another one here. Can she utilize that?
She has such good action. She has to do a little bit of a kick at the end to kind of give it some extra gas power. But you notice when her body stays more stable is actually when the darts typically click the best. Jojo just trying to find a trip. No, the scoreline's getting a little bit behind right now. I wouldn't say I'm worried yet, but I'm starting to think about it now. As Carl can go ahead and continue to try to push ahead. He's been having a pretty solid run in here on this number, or on this score. And then I jinxed him. Sorry, Carl. Having some breakfast.
Going downstairs is Spellman. The reason he does that is he's trying to set up that 170. So really needed 2 triple 20s there to do that. And that simply won't help you. He says one hole.
Yeah, well, it just means that the score, I mean, he really wanted to set up an out, and if not, give a situation where Carrie can set up an out. And while she can still set up from 250, it's a lot harder now, especially knowing that Garrett's planning on bringing this down. I expect a 140. I expect a 100.
Or 60.
Mike here. You got some work to do, man. Get settled in. Show him what you can really do. There you go. Another one of those.
Oh, beautiful. There you go, Mike.
Welcome back, Mike G, to the party. Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from, Jamie I. Joe? She said, 17 sound pretty good to me. And a bonus 19. We love it. 87 points on the score. Carrie wants to leave a finish from here. Oh, she's going to potentially leave a finish. Oh, my gosh. What a time for this.
About had 2 162s in this match.
Absolutely blossoming in her dart form, man. I mean, she has seriously been impressive this whole weekend.
She really has. I mean, wow. Talent.
I went up to her and Nikki Henshaw and I said, you ladies better be playing the pro lady stuff next time at this event.
No kidding.
You girls keep doing too good. Now, Wanda does not have the turn she envisioned here. So now Jojo can put a lot of pressure on this. Jojo, let's see what you got. And there we go. Great last start. Mine's 90. And you can see Alex was nodding the whole time. He's like, oh, they're well thrown.
Oh, yeah, they were right there. And
she collects.
Finally able to just move on over with that last dart and find it.
I'm moving out. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, good last start there from Carl to leave a finish. And that's the question. Can you hit the 138, Spellman? Because if not, things get dicey.
He's going 19, so 2 triples for intended target, but
is he going to go for a freeze? Oh, I think I would have preferred a freeze play here, considering 154 and Garrett's going to bring this 304 down. I would prefer an outside freeze opportunity. I think trip 20 might have been a better shot to leave 2.
Okay.
But if Garrett hits a max, it doesn't matter. So now the 215 has to get brought below 112. And I'm saying that it would have been 50 points less of work, potentially. 2 trips still does it. Not going to go now. So no freeze. The 154 can go. Will this get punished is the question.
Those are some difficult darts there from Mike, especially after his last go at the board.
I mean, here's the thing. Jamie just nailed the 17s on her previous visit. I would tell her to go to a 19 space route here, and even if so, I would play for the 114 for tops here.
I like the play too. I mean, anytime I can take 2 in the same bed rather than maneuvering around, I'll take those odds myself.
Well, especially just again, she just had a good round on the 17s. No freeze in play for 52 though. Carrie Ann Johnson won leg number 1. Can she win leg number 2? She's been going 20 for double 16. She's been going 12 for double top. Oh, good look. Drill the double 10. Just don't drop low into the 15. Oh, good shot. She's impressive, man.
She is. She really is. And that takes our score line to a 2-0 for team number 1, the team of Alex, Carrie Ann, Jojo, and Mike.
Wanted to get us started here.
Good transition there for Wanda. Wasn't thrilled with the placement of the first dart. Go ahead and find something of value. But this lady has been able to do some real big damage on the 18, and it's an interesting switch. It's an interesting play going to the 18 because you're foregoing 18 points. If you hit a max on those 18s, you're just leaving 18 points on the table.
Yeah, and especially with how well she was hitting 20s in other matches, I'm kind of surprised at the switch. But I feel like part of the logic is that she feels like she's dropping her darts low, and the trip 4 is just worth more. So I think that might be part of the reasoning behind it.
Carl's had a few good ones here. Finding those 140s and tons and clutch times. Fortunately, I haven't been able to put one on the board yet, but you continue to do that, and you will.
Jojo's shaking her head no, but 85 there's a solid scoring round. I mean, again, your target line should be about 80 plus. If you're getting at least 80 points, you're doing your part of avoiding a freeze here in a split. Because if this wasn't split and this was fat bowl, we'd be saying 2 bowls around is your job. So if you lower that for the harder shot, that's what I'd say. Kind of over-explained that one, huh?
I mean, it's okay, though, Nick. Well, that is 2 into the trip 5.
Yeah, not doing enough to break the throw at the current moment after 6 starts per the top 2 score lines. Falling behind by about 40 points. And see, she's lining up these 17s. She's lining up these 17s. That's why I said she should have gone for the 114 for double top.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like it. I think she should have as well. You know, it's an easy transition from the 17s to the 19 bed, just over on the opposite side.
Yeah, that's why I always tell people 19s are just 17s to the left. But that's a great answer there from Mike, picking it up. Again, that's the X factor for this other team. If Mike ends up doing consistent scoring, these freeze worries kind of go away. I think everyone in this match has been doing their part, and that's always great to see when you're playing a team versus team dynamic. They've all had highs and lows, but for the most part, they've all been meeting in the middle pretty consistently. There's an 18. You see the nod of approval from Spellman.
you got for us this time, Carl? More trip 20s?
He said, maybe. I don't know. Yes.
There you go.
And he did not say it like that. Jojo on the attack. She's had these absolute moments of brilliance. She's staying on the number. You can see all those darts kiss that top one. So now we're starting to see our first signs of score separation in leg number 3 here. Oh, unlucky. Looked good.
Yeah, into the trip 1. But a good amount of work needed to be done here from team number 1. Exactly what they need to do.
Almost exactly what they need to do. I'd say that's pretty close.
That'll work. A big 140 to keep him in the mix. Pulls his scoreline below that of the 365.
And Jamie Joe just staying downstairs.
Can't blame her. There you go.
With how well she's in the 17s, I don't blame her.
Yeah, you just... And it's another one of those, Carrie Ann going for the 18s. Jamie Joe dropping down to the 17s, but she's collecting here.
That's a big find from Mike on the last start there. You want to keep these score lines basically chalk, and that's what we're looking at right now. Oh, and that's going to be an opening there for Wanda. Care Bear, can you care enough to pounce on this opportunity? She does care.
Do bears pounce?
Bears do pounce. Not as well as other animals that pounce, but I've seen them do little hops. Do penguins have knees?
No.
Trip 18 and last dart.
Just ankles.
They're all ankle?
Just ankle.
You actually believe that?
Alrighty.
Guys, it's been a long weekend here in Sturevant, Wisconsin. We've been having a lot of fun, but you can definitely tell it's our Sunday commentary best.
Well, you can tell from Spellman it's the last day of this parade we've had here this past weekend. He's feeling a little bit tired as well. He's leaning on that pillar for some support.
He's nodding to everything we're saying, too.
He's like, yep.
Yeah, that sounds about right, guys. Yeah, no, you guys make sense. Three big singles, though. She's frustrated, but that's if you're going to miss, she still stayed in the same segment, got 57 scoring points. Spellman's going to try to set up Carrie Ann. Garrett's going to try to set up Wanda. Will not be able to leave her finish, so she'll have to leave him one. Spellman, how well are you going to set up Carrie Ann? 140 here at least. Does he use the bull? Oh, he stays up.
Ooh.
You have to hit it.
He had to hit it.
If not, you don't leave a finish.
Yep. That's the tricky thing about this freeze rule in play is
scoring power.
The smart play is to do the 25 to leave the 170, but is it? Because that freeze rule is enabled, so try to get as many points as you can on the boards to take away the likelihood of your opponent snagging the leg before you do.
And also 135 versus a bigger checkout of the 170. I mean, I think it's just less intimidating. It helps settle your partner. You're sharing the score. It's not like he's setting himself up.
Yeah.
Even if, honestly, I think I'd probably prefer a 170 over a 135, just because it's way cooler.
He doesn't want the biggie, the big fish.
Last one got away from her. She really wanted that one to stay true, but she does leave Garrett to finish, so she did her job. 135. It might have to go. There will be opportunities on the other team at this rate. And honestly, there might not be many if the score ends up getting frozen here, too, for team number one.
Well, interesting. Still stays remaining on the 18s.
Yeah, trip 18 left 81, right? So would have left her trip 19. It's still a $2 finish for Spellman that you set up.
And
but
it's rather doable 92 here. He's used to that number. That's a good collection on the steel tip board usually.
yeah, the problem is the player 4 right here, right? There's a high chance of freeze. You better bring your jackets, folks.
It could get cold in here.
Cold, cold, cold. So this is a big moment. Jojo needs to find a 2 treble round. If not, a 3. The other team's like combined 285 right now. And they both get a chance to score. Or sorry, one gets a chance to score. And that might not be enough.
Only 55.
Unless Garrett has a catastrophic miss here, Spellman will not be able to take out this 92. Yep, and that will do the freeze. Slowing himself down. Good setup as well. Onto the 24 to leave for Wanda. 92 can't go. It's going to get brought down to 10 or less. Oh, almost the bust from Alex Spellman.
Yeah, that was awfully close. As he did go ahead and successfully leave the 2.
Which, if Carrie does ever get a shot at it, then, let's be honest, she's already at the 18s. Double 2's not a far transition. Oh, big last start there, too. So now when you're sitting at 2, you're looking at your teammates' scoreline, 226. You're thinking, okay, their goal is Mike needs to leave an out here, and then Jojo needs to take set out. That is your game plan. You have to leave a finish here. You did not. So now 24 gets a chance, 59 will get a chance, and then 24 will get a chance. So your opponents are getting 4 chances right now. 4 chances at out. 12 darts. Here's the first. In through the whole of the 6. It's actually a really hard dart. And look at that marker. She said, I want to hit the 6, that one, and then nails it. And Spellman does his little hand jibble-jabble. And we get to move on to my favorite game of the match.
Yeah, things are going to get interesting now. Well, how about a little team cricket, folks?
What's going to work? Teamwork. Here we go. Team cricket. So for those unfamiliar, both players have to close before they can start scoring on the points. So right now, all Carrie can do is close numbers. She can't score any points in this first turn. You'll see that they have the 1 and 3 score lines, and then 2 and 4 for the other side here. Got the 3 close. That's exactly what you need to do there. Make sure you get that number close so it's eligible to get shot at first. Wanda's going to probably do the same. I honestly advise starting 19 here. Just because your opponent will get another chance for a 3 mark on it. But she is going to start up there. Does get the close. And closes the 19. Wanda starting off some fire.
Big shot for her. Big shot for her.
Now Spellman can just go up and load the 20s if he wants. Needs to get at least one more. Yeah, there you go. I was going to say, if not, Garrett will just close the 20s here. But instead, he's going to start the 19s. Trip 19 for trip 20 is the shot that he's looking for right now. If he gets at least one trip 19, I still think you close. But you have to close the 19 first.
Yep.
Yeah, he's looking. Ooh. Oh, that one sailed away a little funny from his hand.
Just a reminder in this one, too. You can see that 400 next to that countdown timer. That's because in this format, you can have a 400-point advantage before it cuts you off.
I told Garrett, because Garrett was talking about how he didn't feel comfortable even when it was less than 400. So he was hitting the button sometimes. I told him, I was like, the fans want to see a 400-point game one way or another. Are you going to deprive the fans, Garrett? And he said, I just don't know if I have that in me. Because he might be the world's nicest guy.
Well, you better, buddy. You better.
Good shot there from Mike. Found a big 6 mark. To the 19s, we go. Oh, he's going to go and just open up more numbers. I don't mind this from Carl. Again, it gives the other scoreline a big opportunity. It gives a lot of chances here to be able to start getting more numbers in your favor early. And that's something that you couldn't apply in a normal game of cricket, but it's just because of the fact that multiple players have to close. You can't do it in one turn.
If you're Jojo, go ahead and close these 19s. 1, 2, 3 is fine.
Yep.
I don't like that. Okay.
Now
She got away with it.
She got away with it. I
don't
also
like
agree.
the first one.
I agree. I agree.
You got to go inside wire there, and I'm sure she was meaning to, but
and the first one's a great marker, too. That's the other thing. I know. I know. You got to go inside.
you just got it.
You just got to. I do love Garrett and JoJo having active communication here.
Oh, beautiful. Way to open up on the 18s. Oh, but nothing else valuable.
Still a
is
good
found.
shot, but yeah, frustrating. 18s can't get closed in this turn, though, so they'll approach again with the 18s. Asking Spellman what he wants. She's saying, do you want me to go ahead and start the 18 up? And that's what she should do here. She should go ahead and get those 18s ready for the shutdown or get the next number ready. But she's been hitting 18 so good, you might as well shoot it, girl. Yeah, there's a single. Can she get the close? One more needed. Yep, there you go. All in the skinny segment. Very, very dangerous area of the board. Now Wanda's going up to Garrett saying, hey, what do you want here? Do you want me to keep closing around? Do you want me to go ahead and go back to the points? I'm going to try to close the gap first. And that's because the 18s more than likely are going to go away. Alex is going to start at 3 18s no matter what here.
He should, yeah. He should start at those 18s and get rid of them.
There's 118. There's the close. Back to the points. 48-point difference here. So now all Garrett can do is another closing campaign turn here. So close the 17s, the 20s. You can close out the 20s for everybody. But you can't get any points this turn. Honestly, once I trip a 17 or a 16, I'm going back up. I don't think I start there because you have to get your team something to point on. You better hit this last start. It's risky. He does hit it. And that's fine. Because, again, all he could do is close. After you get a potential number for your team, go ahead and take away the other team's number here. Your team will get the first opportunity to point as they don't have anybody close on the 17 here. And now you get it for even longer. Ooh. Carl over here, there's just load it up. He needs 2 to close.
And pile them in. Yep. All darts on the 17 here.
Definitely no bowling balls.
Oh,
have to get it close.
Carl. Oh, Carl.
Oh, that might be detrimental.
I'm sure he just heard me yell, "Oh, Carl," too.
He's probably yelling it to himself. So now JoJo here should absolutely start the 17s here because the other team can't score on them, and you guys can take away the 17s first now. No, 17s. The other team can't shoot the 17s this turn. And now you're guaranteed you can't close the 17s before they get a chance now.
It's kind of one of those ones that if you're just...
It's different.
You need to think about that. They can't go with the 17s because the other team hasn't closed them. They're going to have to be forced to go to the 16s and 15s here or bowls.
Exactly. That's all that Jamie Joe can shoot. Almost said JoJo. There's Jamie Joe and JoJo in this one. Again, right here, the shot should be 2 17s first. But now they can point on the next turn after it. But you don't have the 16s closed either. You might as well. I would go 2 17s here, and then last turn try to pop a trip 16. I think it's your best gamble. It puts all the pressure.
And I'm kind of leaning towards the opposite. Just because me, as a player who hasn't played this format a lot, I want to capitalize on the wedge knowing that, okay, chances are they're going to point, and no matter what I do on here, it doesn't matter anyways.
I would agree with that. It's just one of those things where
you're danged if you do, danged if you don't.
And you're playing the odds right here. The question is, how much is Wanda going to hit this, right? If Wanda nails in a 5 mark here, yeah, the 16s are the better move. And she's throwing a 4.5. She absolutely can nail in a big shot here. She's living on those 17s. You know what? The 16s definitely might be the better call, so good call there.
Oh, wow.
This is huge.
All darts at the 17s, too. I like it. It's good to do that because what does the 16s open up for you other than just, that wedge?
Well, and again, this circles back to Jojo there just not taking the shot at the 17 to even set up a potential timeline close. And Alex there, only getting the 1 mark on the 17 and 1 mark on the 16. Now Garrett, go ahead, just close out the rest for your team. Give them numbers to work with. Yep. Over to the 15s. Are you trying to add some more points on? I don't mind that.
No, I don't mind it at all.
I do
just
think
54.
I just think he's the power closer. I think getting those numbers closed out of the way might help out the team a little bit more, just because then any of your teammates' potential 1 or 2 marks could add up to a lot.
He wanted more on that 16 for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Gather a triple there and then
because now 16s can go bye-bye.
Gain. That's where Carl should attack, is the 16s.
Oh, now it's risky. He has to commit to this close, though. Because 2 people will get a shot at it otherwise.
And he doesn't get it.
Back-to-back 1 marks from him.
And that is a tough time to pull that one out because here we go for Jojo.
Your 16s are safe here. Remember, they can't close your 16s from this point until it loops back around.
17?
Yeah, you have to, right?
You have to.
They can't close your number. They literally can't. And that's the hard part about Team Cricket is you have to remember they can't close your number when situations you normally be like, yeah, why would I ever take the risk? So now, instead, they're going to have more time to live on these 17s here. Because that's all Jamie Jo's going to shoot, 17s or maybe open a 15 she really wants, and she's going to nail them.
That's a good round. Look at Spellman. Just looks defeated.
Listen, his brain is working overdrive figuring out the optimization for this formula.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Good find there. Great shot from Carrie and Johnson.
Big stuff from the North Dakotan.
Well, now it's again, you should still probably close the 16s here, but you now have it's a little bit more of a point gap. You know your 17s will at least get 1 more shot, so I think you start 16s here. Yeah. She pushed it, though. Oh, no. She's saying bad words. It only hits a single. Opportunity handed back over. Alex Spellman should go ahead. He can point on the 16s now if he wants. He knows that he should get these 2 17s out of the way. Give his team a chance to close their honey hole. 2 17s, some trip 16s here.
Looking right at it. There it is. Over the 16s for more points.
Yep.
And 15s to open them up.
I like it, though. I like that shot a lot.
It's not a bad one, is it?
Now Garrett, really, his only shot here is to bet the 17s. He can't use his 1 mark on the 15 right now. You might as well just go ahead and bet the number. Oh, and that dart's high, hanging. Under through the second. Just a single in the last. Two 17s here, Mike. There's 1. There's 2. You can see a big nod of approval and a trip 15 on the last start there. Welcome back to the game. He's actually really solid in this one, let me tell you.
Yeah, and man, what a leg here. It's been kind of back and forth all over the place, but right now, Team 1 has this subtle advantage in their favor.
Well, and again, that number 3 score line's up next, so you expect the 15s to go the way of the other team here. So the correct shot is honestly bulls, which is crazy to say, but the correct shot is bulls here because you expect the other team to be able to hit 2 mark on the 15. You expect Jojo to be able to hit 2 15s here.
She should. Just big pie, big pie.
Pie.
That'll work.
She can stay. And now it's on to the bulls for the other team here. They can close out the number if they want. But I think you have to hit 3 bulls before you consider closing those 15s, unfortunately. You need to get your team a way to try to score themselves out of this. Big moments. Jamie Joe going at the 15s. I think getting 1 or 2 bulls is probably more impactful there. I guess maybe not. You need 3 to close, but I think if you grab 1 bull, it sets up your partner to grab the other 2.
Oh, look at Carrie. She's asking.
Well, because they can add another bull here if they hit 2 15s.
I love this. I think Carrie and Spellman would make a great partnership in a doubles.
I'm not going to lie. I love it. She yelled at that man.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. She, in a previous round, Spellman was throwing at a number that wasn't closed for his teammate yet. So he was closed the number himself, but he wasn't getting any points. So he threw 1 dart, an extra dart at it, and Carrie immediately jumped up out of her seat and says, "That's closed! No!"
And of course he was appreciative.
Spellman turned around and goes, "What? What?"
And that was during the first round when almost none of these players were fully aware of what this game would entail.
Exactly. So,
all right, only bulls for you, Wanda. There's a good one. There's a good one. Get a good close here. This is huge. That's a huge shot there.
That's big. That is big.
It leaves the other gents. They don't have a game shot, but it keeps them alive because right now Alex, he's going to try to go ahead and hit his 3 bulls here and then just get back to the 15s. Of course, he's going to do it in 2 darts.
Yeah, because he can't point. That double does not count on that second. It counts as a single.
Yep, so just a single 15 doesn't push the bull. 3 to close, 4 bulls to get up, 7 bulls behind. Yeah, Garrett just nailing a couple big ones.
He's got to find.
Honestly, if he hits 3 bulls, hit a single 16.
I agree. Or you mean a single 15?
15, yes.
Yep, there you go. See, and he just foregoed it, and after the first start miss, I don't blame him for getting the 15.
But if he didn't hit 3 bulls, his team has no way to score now.
Yeah, but still, I mean, it's one of those dang if you do, dang if you don't moments, and
it didn't end up mattering in the end here.
Yep.
So 3-1 lead now for team number 1. They will be going against the darts in 0-1 as it's 0-1 from here on out.
Yeah, we've seen what Carrie and Alex have been able to do on their score line. Can they do it again here? Yeah. So you're going to have to run out to the lead in this one.
I kind of want to see that mixed doubles match, actually. I want to see Wanda and Garrett versus Alex and Carrie.
That would be fun.
I think I think that might be chalk.
Oh, and she's
hitting a trip 1
right next to that number.
It looked like it was in. I'll give you credit. That one also looks good.
Yeah, those are. And you see, I mean, she's done this strategy in this match. She's going to these 18s. She likes that wedge. She's been able to capture a few of them.
Garrett's been he's been really steady. in the previous matches, and this one he's been a little bit of an X factor, and Mike's really kind of picked up his game where he was the X factor prior. Spellman just kind of does a little smile smirk as he knows, hey, Jojo, it's okay. I feel ya. I feel ya. Look, just do that. Garrett Rakowski.
Love another one, gets another one.
The two most likable pros going against each other, in my opinion. Probably the most likable pros.
Already has Spellman in a bind. He needs a 140 or 180 here.
That was a spellbind. That was really good. I liked it. It was a good call. It was a
Pretty
compliment.
sure I said Spellman, but whatever.
Spellman's in a bind. Spellbinding. That was a good. It was a double entendre statement. God forbid I give Will Stewart a compliment.
You can't give me a compliment, brother.
You're right. That was
I
terrible.
don't accept him.
Well, what's that deal over there? Solid scoring round from Jamie Joe.
Now Mike has to do his effort here, just to kind of keep us neck and neck. You don't want this score line running away from you.
It's a good look.
It's okay. It's
a good
okay.
look.
Yeah.
Again, 80 is that target. If you're hitting at least around 80 points, it was 75 there, you're looking okay as far as for doing your job. You can see how even all these score lines are right now. If you hit less than 80, then you're hoping that your opponent doesn't punish. As that's a solid 95 there. You can get a "come on" from Garrett with full Wisconsin sound. No matter what, $5,000 on the line. Daddy's going to get a new pair of shoes.
Someone's getting a few new pair of shoes, I believe, in this winner's circle. Nick will take a size
12 and a half.
Oh, okay. All right, 12 and a half if you can.
Big feet, big spirit. That's what they always told me.
Okay.
Jamie Joe will get some new cool socks. Know that much.
Definitely. That's difficult. That's difficult.
What do you got for us, Joe? Oh, reel it in just a little bit. Good luck from Jamie Joe or Jojo. There's Jamie Joe and Jojo. My bad.
It was bound to happen.
I did it only once, though, so kind of proud of that.
Bound to happen at least once. There. He can place it on top of that for sure.
Yeah, he definitely wants to.
Yeah,
He does on
I
the
was about to
last.
say he's gonna at least get one.
Well, here's the thing: is Alex is putting the pressure on the shoulder a little bit of saying, "I know I need to race to the finish here." They see the two 530 score lines. One of them's going to snap out of it. The other one might not.
Yep.
You never know which one's which until it's too late. Jamie Joe said, "Watch this one. Watch these little guys." Not that little guy, but the other two little guys are good.
Too close to call here so far.
Where we're going to anyways. Congratulations, team number 2, for getting solid round for Mike. And moving up to the top of the board after staying on the bottom for almost the entirety of this match. Very interesting.
Ooh. A hole outside of that triple 20.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that wasn't it. It looked pretty much bang on. And this could be a moment here because now Carrie can attack the throw. She collects on one of her patented big rounds here. Who knows? Dial that dart in. Kick it through those two. Oh, good looks. 330 is not a bad area to set it, though. At least if Spellman hits perfection, it'll leave a clean finish. All over there, Carl. No notes on that throw. Looked fine. So Jojo and her bizarre adventure try to find some more triples. Oh, look at that.
There's a good one. A case of the neighbors, man. A case of the neighbors here.
And see, this is why, I don't want no stinking neighbors in my neighborhood. I don't even want to deal with the HOA.
Nobody wants an HOA.
True.
Oh, Garrett, you needed a good one there, especially with Alex putting pressure on it behind you.
Alex wants a 180 to leave 150. This would be massive.
That would be huge. It would be huge.
What a moment. What a time. It is.
Huge.
You hear the race cars zoom by as that must have been the presidential motorcade. You heard Trump over there. Nope.
I'm not going to.
You're not going to.
I'm not going to.
It's okay. So on the first finish there, Jamie Joe under some pressure to get the score down. Try to play for a freeze, but no freeze in sight. This is huge now.
You know you wanted it. You wanted it.
No, I didn't. I realized what I said after.
Mike going back downstairs. Not the turn he wanted.
Yeah, both score lines kind of out in the 300 still. But if Wanda doesn't leave a finish, this is A-OK situation here. Carrie Ann will want to knock the 150, but
yeah.
And honestly, she's been staying on 18s the whole time.
She could stay there.
She
and
starts
get
18s.
it. Yeah, she could stay there because 54 puts you at 96. Just transition over to the triple 20 and then back up to the double 18.
Exactly. That's exactly what I had in mind too.
So this is for the title here. Exactly how she was thinking.
Yep. Clean it up just a little bit.
19s.
Yeah, you have to.
19s.
Clean it up. That's fine. Lee Spellman the 110. Now, I mean, you're really just kind of hoping for a freeze play here. Carl needs to collect on pretty much a maximum and then hope the other team doesn't. Not going to be able to do it. So Spellman will get 3 darts. And guaranteed here.
And that's if you're team 2, that is not the individual you want taking this shot here at 110.
No, sir. And now it is guaranteed as she is under 325. So even a 180 to leave 9 will not work. She needs to hit at least 15 points for that to be true. She hit 97. So this might be all she wrote for team number 2 here. The final moments, the final darts, the final cries for help trying to get the first place prizes. It's winner take all here in Sturevant, Wisconsin at your Filthy Assassin Darts Throwdown. 110. Alex Spellman, the Jackal, approaches with tenacity. Executes with ferocity.
18 for
And
32.
Shoots it diligently.
Oh, inside. You could tell he really wanted to put this one to rest.
Yeah, and now it just gives another chance here. But Jamie Joe has to collect on a perfect round here to give any opportunities of potential freezing. And that's the only thing you can't play around at this point. This is not going to be enough still.
Nope, it's not.
16 will have a chance. And now you can set up a freeze the other way around here. Their team is already frozen.
Bonus points. Bonus points.
Well, it's insult to injury, right? 131 combined now for the other team, meaning that 89 can't go. This is almost a guarantee now just because of the fact that it's frozen on the other side of the affair. Wanda can do nothing but tee it up. 2 15s here. Or 2 14s here. Double 12? That's what you try to do. Ended up paying double 5 to leave 16. But Carrie Ann Johnson, she won leg number 1 with a double 8. Or double 4.
Yep, double 4.
This will be the double 8 for the win of the match for $5,000. Care Bear gets it in there.
Well, what an event. What a win for team number 1, the team of Alex, Carrie Ann, Jojo, and Mike.
Gotta admit, very apt team name. Team number 1 finishes number 1. Team number 2 finishes number 2.
They do.
Out of 8 teams in this finale.
It's like we knew what we were doing ahead of time.
That's it.